Hey, Owen, Mr. L, it's your uncle, and I am adjusting the valves now. I went ahead and forgot to record me putting the timing belt on, but you can see I torqued these two idlers. I reset the tensioner, torqued that. I torqued this idler, and I put the timing belt and I lined up the marks. I'll show you how the marks go in just a moment. What I'm doing right now is adjusting valves, and this one over here, these two are too tight. So I'm going to loosen these two. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. Go up just a skosh there. I'm going to go ahead and put this adjusting tool in here. What I'm going to do is loosen the lock nut. Right now this doesn't, there it goes. Loosen it up a little bit. And I'm just quickly adjusting it. Let me move these tools out so you can see a little bit better. I think you can see there, right? For some reason my screen is not coming on here. Okay, there it goes. Okay. Now I'm going to adjust this guy. I'm going to break the lock nut loose. Like that. Loosen it like that. Snug it up like that. Then I take, I'm on the exhaust side, and the exhaust is supposed to be 9 to 11 thousandths. So I put the feeler gauge right in between the valve. That one's still a skosh tight. They're both tight. I'm going to loosen them up a little more. So I'm going to go like this. I loosen that one up. Go like this. Loosen this one up. Double check them. I put the 9 in there. And the 9 fits actually on the loose side. So now I'm going to check it. It's supposed to be between 9 and 11 thousandths with these feeler gauges. And I take the 11 in there. And 11 still goes in, so that one's tight. I'm going to tighten this one up just a skosh. Just a skosh. Snug that one up. 11 doesn't really want to go in now, which is good. I'm going to just check this one for tightness. I'm going to double check on the 9. So it's a minimum of 9 thousandths clearance, a max of 11. And the 9 goes in there a little on the loose side. So again, 11 doesn't want to go. So I got those set right at about 10. So that one's done. And just because I don't want to forget, I'm going to make sure the intakes are supposed to be 7 to 8 thousandths. 7 to 9. I'm putting an 8 thousandths in there, and the 8 fits a little good on that one and a little on the loose side here. Maybe I'll snug that one up just a skosh. Let me check it. See how I did with the 8. Put the 8 in there. And the 8's just a little tight. Good. So I snug that one up. I like where I got it. Just checking these, make sure they're good. Okay, so that one's good. So now what I have to do is I'm going to pull the camera over here so you can see. I'm going to rotate the engine until this mark is up here. And so that's up at number 1 cylinder. So when I went slightly past, but when that mark right there is lined up with that mark there, and this mark is lined up with this mark, and this mark's lined up with that one, I'm just a skosh past. That's top dead center number 1. So that's this guy over here. 1, and I'm just going to double check them. Give it a quick double check. So I'm going to check the intake. They're supposed to be 7 to 9. So I'll go in with an 8. See how those guys fit on the 8. That 8's good there. This 8 is good there. I'll go to a 10. Check this guy here, a 10. Let me just check that guy. 10 feels tight there. Let me try 9 on that exhaust. Let me see. 9. Those are a little too tight. I'm going to loosen those two up. I thought I had done this one. This is number 1. And, just a skosh too tight. So loosen that one up just a little bit. Loosening this one up just a little bit. I'm going to check with this is a 9. 9's tight, but it's supposed to be tight. So we'll check with a 7. Oh, we're on exhaust. No, 9's not supposed to be tight. Sorry. So this is exhaust, and this is 9, and it's still too tight. I mean, I can get them in there, but they're on the tight side, so I'm going to loosen these up a little bit more. Loosen this one up a little bit more. Okay, so that's 9. Okay, 9 fits in. Yeah, on both those it fits in kind of easy. Let me try 10. It takes time to do all this stuff, doesn't it? 10 is in there, but it's on the snug side, so that's good. 10 fits pretty good, so that's good now. It's just a skosh tight, just a skosh. And I'm glad I adjusted it further. Okay. And I'm just going to double check one more time. Up on my intake at 7. Yeah, nice and loose at 7. Nice and loose at 7. Too tight at 9. That's good. Too tight at 9. So I'm going to rotate this around 90 degrees. I'm going to put this over here at, and that'll be number 3 right there. And number 3 is over here. Number 3 is this one right back here. So I will do that. Check the intake. First at 9. Should be 7 to 9. 9 doesn't want to go in. 9 doesn't want to go in, so I'll go 7. So when I just go to the limits, we call it going a go, no go. We say the 9 doesn't go, and this one says, and the 7's too tight on that one. 7 on this one's still too tight, so I'm going to go ahead and back this off, give it a little adjustment. Back this guy off. Okay. Let's put the 7 in there. 7 fits nice and loose. 7 fits nice and loose. I'll hit it with the 9. 9 is too tight. That's good. 9 is too tight. That's good. Those 3 down. I'm just going to double check the lock nut. And make sure it's tight. That's tight. That's tight. Let's check the bottom one. It should be 9 to 11, so I'm putting the 9 in there. 9 fits really loose, which it should. Put the 11 in there. 11 doesn't want to fit in. 11 doesn't want to fit in, so that one's good. 9 went right in, 11 didn't, just making sure they're snug. And they're snug, and so I'm all done with the valve adjustment. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put the valve covers on. Like this. And I'm going to turn it around like this so I can see it. And get this valve cover on. And I think what I'm going to do, put you over here so you can see what I'm doing there. Hopefully that's not too dark for you. I'm going to put the cover on. I'm going to take some chem tool with a rag. And I'm just going to clean off the cam surface just to make sure it's nice and clean. This is where the cam rocker cover goes, or valve cover we call it. And I'm going to double check the torque on these bolts just for kicks. And they're supposed to be rocker arm shaft bolts 26 to 32. So I'm going to put a 12 millimeter socket on there. Just the torque wrench to, I'll put it up to 30. Just trying to check a lot of things. Always do from the center out. Here it is. They were a little bit loose. There it is. So a little bit of snugging up didn't hurt them. Just give them a little skosh. Okay, so those are refilled. So now I can put this valve cover on. So let me grab it. I'll be right back. Oh, I didn't cancel it, did I? Give me a moment here. Okay, so I'm having trouble getting the mouse to respond. There it goes. So these are spark plug weld tube seals. These seal the cover to this so oil can't go down where the spark plugs are. And then this guy goes back on like this, right there. He goes right there. And then I just got to grab my bolts. So let me grab my bolts before I drop that. Let me go grab them. Get over here on the bench. Drop them here. Bring them over. And I'm closing the engine up, and I'm pretty happy with it. I've checked the valve adjustment. I've checked everything. I want to close this bad boy up. I'm going to go ahead and put this guy here. Start him on. I'm going to start this guy on here. Oh, I guess there are longer ones than I thought. So there are some shorter ones. There are some longer ones. I didn't realize that. That's the longer ones. And this is a longer one. The longer ones go, I suppose they go out here. And the shorter ones I think go in the middle, I'm supposing. See if I'm right. And my 10mm battery operated ratchet. Okay. And I have two more short ones. So I guess I don't know where those short ones go. I'm going to take a look. Not the right one. So I'm looking at the other cover. And it's pretty clear that there's a short one here and a short one here. I see. And then there's three long ones. I get it. Sorry, I didn't see that. Kind of wiping this guy out. These gaskets look perfect. This guy looks nice and perfect. So it looks like this is a short one to me. So this one goes there. Yeah, I'm a little concerned about which one's the short ones. That's a short one. This one is no, this one I think is a. That's the right one. So I'm snugging them up. Okay. This one's got 2 washers on it. That's not correct. And I think this one's a long one. It is. So there's a torque on these. And the torque on these is 44 inch-pounds. And so I'm adjusting this guy to 44 inch-pounds, my inch-pound torque wrench. I'm trying to get this thing done and done right. Okay, so there's 50. There's 40, so there's 44. There. So I'm going to torque the center one first. Always go from the center out. Go out here. I'm going to double check this torque in just a moment. Okay, now I'm going to double check them. That one's torqued. 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 And the sheet does say valve cover bolts, 44 inch-pounds. So it looks like I got that one set and ready to go. I'm going to flip this one around. And okay. Got a bolt here to watch out for. So I'm going to go ahead and bolt these guys on here. I'll bring the camera over here. You can watch me put this guy on. So here's the driver's side cover. I'm going to go ahead and put this guy on. You know what? I forgot. I need to clean off the surface there. So I'm going to come and just wipe this off with chem tool and a rag. Get all my garbage off this surface so that my valve cover goes on. Okay, that looks good. This one I definitely torqued yesterday because I had the rockers off on this side. And so I need to put my spark plug well tube seals. They're right over here. These are basically brand new. So I push those guys on. Push those guys on. Happy with those. Put this guy on like this. Put this guy in like that. And go ahead and buzz him down. Okay, let me get my other bolts. They're over here. Two of these are short, 3 of these are long. And I'm trying to remember which this is. This looks like a short one here. This looks like a long one here. This looks like a long one here. This looks like a short one here. So I hope I'm not. Okay, so I'm just running these down probably a little too far. Go a little further. Now I'm going to get the torque wrench And the torque wrench has to move before it clicks. So that one just clicked, so I gotta back it up, and then I think I'm gonna back all of them up a little bit before I torque them. Okay, so click the center one. That one clicked. That one clicked. That one clicked. That one clicked. I'm just double checking them all. Okay. There we go. Let me see if I got spark plugs. One sec. So what we're going to do here is, in order to put this, we're going to put what's called a helicoil up in here to fix this. And so I have to drill it with a 1/4 drill bit. I cover this, keep the chips off the belt. And then I drill this through. Okay, run it through like that. And then I'm going to take a 6 by 1 millimeter helicoil, 6 by 1 millimeter helicoil tap. This is a 6 by 1. And get this guy in. I'm going to go ahead and tap this guy through. Just trying to make sure I'm straight. Aluminum is really soft, which makes it easy to get it crooked. So I'm just tapping this through, putting a thread in there. I'll bring this down so you can see. So we're tapping it like that, and then we'll put one of these helicoil inserts in there, a little spring, like made of stainless. And this is the professional way to fix a bad hole. This is not a fast and dirty way. This is the way you do it if you want it right. I know you're thinking, really? My uncle's doing it right? You know, one time Daniel and I were working on cars, and we were having a problem. And I said, Daniel, who can we call to help us? And Daniel said, Dad, we're the people that they call. And I said, well, we're in trouble. So, anyways, take it for what it's worth. All right, so now I'm going to blow this off with compressed air. No like chips around there at all. We got that thing threaded. It looks pretty good. So we'll grab our helicoil insert. Trying to get the insert out. Here comes one. Put the tap back in. Get the insert. This is a 6 by 1 insert. That's that right there, little guy. And then we're going to go ahead and thread him in. Hopefully he starts in there properly. Hopefully he's going properly. We will find out in a matter of minutes. I'll take the tool out. Felt like it didn't land right, and it sure did. If you look down in there, you can see the new threads. See if it'll focus on. Oh yeah, and there's a little tab down in there. I got to break that tab off. So I'm going to go down in there, and I'll break it off. Hopefully it goes well. Yep, got it off. Okay, now I can take my cover. I'm gonna blow my cover off, just make sure there's nothing in it. This is our last chance to make sure everything's clean. We torqued everything. This guy's going down. And I got a phone call. Time out.